Wicked 2 is on its way this year, and it's no surprise you want to know more about the movie. The first movie took the box office by storm, officially becoming the highest-grossing film adaptation of a Broadway musical, surpassing Mamma Mia. Since its release, it has pulled in an impressive $735.1 million worldwide, breaking multiple records along the way. Its opening weekend alone brought in $160 million, making it the highest-grossing debut for a Broadway musical adaptation. It's also the biggest non-sequel film of the year and the fifth highest-grossing movie of 2024. Wicked had surpassed Dune Part 2 and even classics like E.T. the Extraterrestrial to become Universal's third highest-grossing film ever in North America and 19th worldwide. Critics and audiences alike have embraced the film, with glowing reviews across the board. Fans have praised its performances, visuals, and emotional depth, cementing its status as a must-watch. Of course, the movie's success stems from its Broadway roots. The Wicked musical has been a phenomenon for years, bringing in over $1 billion in revenue and ranking as the second highest-grossing Broadway musical ever. With its powerful themes of self-love, equality, and true friendship, Wicked has resonated with audiences for decades, and now its big-screen adaptation is continuing that legacy on a global scale. The excitement doesn't stop there. Universal has already announced a sequel, Wicked for Good, which is set to hit theaters on November 21, 2025. While the first movie was just marketed as Wicked, audiences saw Wicked Part 1 appear on screen during the film. After its massive success and cliffhanger ending, there was some mystery around what the second movie would be called. Initially referred to as Wicked Part 2, the title was eventually changed to Wicked for Good, a choice that adds more meaning and excitement as the highly anticipated sequel nears its 2025 release. The title is a direct reference to For Good, one of the most emotional and iconic songs in the musical's second act. The duet between Elphaba, Cynthia Erivo, and Glinda, Ariana Grande, is a heartfelt reflection on how they've changed each other's lives forever. It's a powerful moment in their friendship, and also the last time they see each other in the stage production, making it a fitting choice for the movie's title. Choosing For Good over Part 2 also helps the sequel feel more like its own story rather than just a continuation. Many franchises have been ditching generic Part 2 subtitles like Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 renaming itself The Final Reckoning, and this change makes Wicked for Good stand out more. Plus, it reinforces the movie's themes of transformation and lasting impact rather than just focusing on the more intense, angsty moments of the story. As for who's going to be in Wicked for Good, well, since the first and second movies were filmed back-to-back and wrapped up in January 2024, director Jon M doesn't have to worry about getting the cast back for another round of filming. That means you can expect the same lineup from Part 1 to return, including Cynthia Erivo, Elphaba, Ariana Grande, Glinda, Jonathan Bailey, Fiyero, Michelle Yeoh, Madame Morrible, Jeff Goldblum, The Wizard, Ethan Slater, Bach, and Marissa Bode, Nessa Rose. As for any new faces, we'll have to wait and see, but there's a good chance Dorothy Gale herself could have a bigger role this time around. As Chu told Screen Rant, Dorothy's quick cameo in Part 1 is important because it plays a significant role in what will happen, but you'll have to see Movie 2 to know how far we go with her. And another thing is, what songs will be featured in Wicked for Good? Also, I know you are wondering, will there be new songs? Choose Wicked Part 1 stayed super true to the musical's first act, so For Good will likely do the same, meaning we'll get all of Act 2 songs like No One Mourns the Wicked, Reprise, Thank Goodness, Wonderful, No Good Deed, and of course For Good. Plus, we're getting 2 brand new songs from Stephen Schwartz himself, which makes this even more exciting. Chu reiterated this news in a recent interview with Games Radar, saying, "We get maybe a new song or two. We get more into the meat, and the best is yet to come with these characters." On the Award Chatter podcast episode from Thursday, December 26, Cynthia Erivo shared more details with Variety about the new music in Wicked for Good. "I collaborated on one of the new songs, and it's so special to me," the star shared. "When we filmed it, the entire crew was in tears. I hope audiences are ready. It's a song that speaks to the heart of who Elphaba is." She continued, "We're diving deeper into the consequences of the character's choices. The story is richer and the stakes are higher. It's not just a continuation continuation, it's a transformation. Erivo doesn't view the character as completely evil, even though she ultimately becomes wicked. Elphaba isn't wicked. None of the characters are purely good or bad. They're flawed, complex, and human, Erivo insisted. This story asks us to reconsider the labels we place on others and ourselves. It's about empathy and understanding. The world needs more of that right now. Now let's talk about the story, but heads up, we're diving into spoiler territory, so if you're not one of many theater kids who know every Wicked riff by heart, consider this your warning. Like Act 2 of the musical, For Good picks up sometime after the cliffhanger ending of Part 1, where Elphaba makes her escape from the Wizard of Oz and Madame Morrible on her enchanted broomstick. Now Glinda has fully stepped into her role as Glinda the Good, serving as a symbol of hope for Oz's increasingly red-pilled or green-pilled citizens. Nessarose is running Munchkinland as its new mayor, while the Wizard and Madame Morrible have cranked up their propaganda against Elphaba. Meanwhile, Fiyero is now the Wizard's captain of the guard, not because he's loyal to him, but because he's determined to track down and help Elphaba. When Glinda announces her engagement to Fiyero, he's less than thrilled and decides to keep fighting for Elphaba, with or without his so-called fiancé. Meanwhile, Elphaba resurfaces in Munchkinland to visit her sister Nessarose, but things don't go as planned. Nessa makes it clear she's still angry and resentful, and once again, Elphaba's attempt to do good completely backfires. Frustrated and out of options, she finally leans into her role as the Wicked Witch of the West, if only to give the people of Oz the villain they seem so desperate to have. Cynthia Erivo hinted that For Good will show Elphaba and Glinda fully owning their choices. On Good Morning America, she shared they have to go separate ways. It becomes a little darker for them, a little tougher for them, but I think it's really beautiful the journeys that they have to go on. Whether or not they come back together, I don't know, you have to see. So what might Wicked for Good incorporate from the book? For theater kids who devoured Wicked the Musical and then dove into the source material, Gregory Maguire's 1995 novel Wicked, The Life and the Times of the Wicked Witch of the West is, well, very different. It's darker, weirder, and dives deep into Oz's socio-political struggles, plus it's way more violent and explicit. Given that Part 1 had a PG rating, For Good probably won't stray too far from that, meaning some of the novel's grittier moments will likely be left out. That said, director Jon M could still pull inspiration from Maguire's book. Dorothy Gale, who plays a much bigger role in the novel than in the musical, might get more screen time this time around. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. See you next time!